Trump sparks chip manufacturing boom in Arizona. 200-plus companies join the rush. Imagine a scenario where over 200 companies are vying for a piece of the pie in Arizona's burgeoning semiconductor industry. This isn't just any boom. It's a tech revolution driven by one name, Trump. But here's where it gets controversial. Some argue that his policies are the catalyst behind this surge, while others believe it's merely a coincidence. And this is the part most people miss. The implications of such a large influx of companies can significantly reshape the economic landscape of the region. Now, let's take a moment to address a common feature on many websites: the option to save login credentials. Some subscribers opt to keep their user ID and password stored on their device to streamline future visits to the site. To enable this feature, simply check the Save My User ID and Password box when logging in. This action saves your password on the specific computer you're using to access the website. It's worth noting that there's a catch to this convenience. If you decide to log out of the site, your saved login details will be erased. Consequently, you'll need to re-enter your user ID and password during your next visit. This is an important security measure to ensure that your account remains protected. So whether you're keeping up with the latest developments in Arizona's tech sector or managing your online accounts, it's crucial to understand the options available and make informed decisions. What do you think? Is Trump's influence truly driving the semiconductor boom in Arizona? Or are other factors at play? Share your thoughts in the comments below. TSMC brings advanced chip packaging to U.S. in a bold move that could reshape the landscape of semiconductor manufacturing. TSMC, the Taiwanese semiconductor giant, is making significant strides to establish advanced chip packaging technology in the United States. This initiative is part of a larger strategy to reduce its reliance on Taiwan, especially in light of geopolitical tensions and supply chain vulnerabilities. The company's operations in Arizona are already a vital component of its ambitious $100 billion investment plan, which began during the Trump administration. However, TSMC is not stopping at just chip fabrication and research and development. It is now setting its sights on the next frontier, advanced packaging technology. According to reports from TSMC is planning to commence the construction of a new packaging facility next year, with the aim of completing it by the end of the decade. This new plant will focus on producing cutting-edge packaging solutions such as CoWoS, chip-on-wafer-on-substrate, along with its related technologies, SoIC, system-on-integrated chips, and CoW, chip-on-wafer. These advanced systems are designed to meet the demands of high-performance applications, including powerful products like Nvidia's Rubin and AMD's Instinct MI400. In preparation for this ambitious project, TSMC has already begun recruiting service engineers in Arizona, indicating that groundwork is actively being laid. The new packaging facility is expected to be closely integrated with the existing fabrication plant, which will enhance operational efficiency. This is particularly important for SoIC technology, as it requires the integration of chips with interposer layers, a process that benefits from being physically close to one another. Historically, even chips manufactured in the U.S. were often sent back to Taiwan for packaging, leading to increased costs and logistical complications. By localizing this crucial step in the production process, TSMC aims to address these inefficiencies while also responding to the surging demand for CoWoS packaging solutions. This strategic pivot towards American operations signifies a broader transformation in TSMC's approach. While Taiwan will always be the company's core base, TSMC is clearly committed to diversifying its operations and reducing risks. If the Arizona packaging plant is successfully established as planned, it will represent a significant shift in the semiconductor supply chain, bringing more of this critical industry to U.S. soil. But here's where it gets controversial. Is this move a sign of TSMC's confidence in the U.S. market, or is it a necessary response to external pressures? What do you think about TSMC's strategy to localize production? Share your thoughts in the comments. TSMC Arizona fab meets just 7% of U.S. chip demand despite expansion. Full breakdown. Imagine pouring billions of dollars into high-tech factories, yet still barely scratching the surface of what the country actually needs. That's the eye-opening reality facing America's chip ambitions today. Although TSMC is racing ahead with its U.S. investments, adding a third massive facility in Arizona, set to break ground in the second quarter, the stark truth is that these efforts are just a drop in the bucket. According to a recent revelation by Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent, TSMC's sprawling Arizona operation currently provides just 7% of the nation's semiconductor needs. That's a sobering statistic, especially given the fanfare around America's push to reclaim chip leadership. And here's where the story takes an unexpected turn. Despite securing heavyweight clients like Nvidia, AMD, and Tesla, America's own supply still falls woefully short. For instance, AMD has already set plans for its cutting-edge Venice processor, using TSMC's 2-nanometer technology at Arizona's Fab 21. Meanwhile, Elon Musk announced that Tesla's new AI-5 chip will initially be built at TSMC's facilities in Taiwan, with Arizona only coming into play later on. But, and this is the part most people miss, even with such high-profile partnerships, American tech companies can't rely on TSMC's U.S. output alone to meet skyrocketing demand. So what's holding things back? Bessent points to an unexpected culprit: American red tape. Tough regulations and slow-moving inspections are proving major headaches for TSMC as it tries to ramp up U.S. production. Yet, the plot thickens. While Musk confirms Tesla's AI-5 chip production with TSMC, he also disclosed that Samsung's soon-to-open Texas plant will manufacture the upcoming AI-6 chip, using even more advanced 2-nanometer processes. This move highlights not only the soaring demand for silicon, but also the fierce competition heating up among global foundries vying for American business. Would you have expected Musk to split such critical chip manufacturing between U.S. and foreign players? TSMC isn't standing still, though. Chairman C.C. Wei recently confirmed that their second Arizona fab, focused on 3-nanometer chips, has wrapped up construction, and efforts are underway to accelerate mass production to fulfill customer needs sooner than planned. And the momentum keeps building. The fourth fab is scheduled to introduce TSMC's 2-nanometer and A16 process technologies, with even more sophisticated advancements set for the fifth and sixth facilities. But chip manufacturing isn't the only area getting a major boost. In a notable pivot, TSMC plans to launch its first advanced packaging plant, known as AP1, on U.S. soil, beginning construction in 2026. This facility will pioneer the use of SoIC, System on Integrated Chips, technology in America, which is critical for cramming multiple chips together in a single, more powerful package. According to industry insiders, the AP1 plant will directly link up with Fab 21's third phase and emphasize CoWoS, chip-on-wafer processes. Intriguingly, the final assembly step, called on-substrate OS, is expected to be outsourced to Amkor, underscoring the complexity and collaborative nature of U.S. chip-making. SoIC technology, already deployed in AMD's MI350 AI chips, is expected to play a central role in future Apple M-series and Nvidia GPUs. Industry sources suggest that AMD's next-gen EPYC Venice processor will combine TSMC's 2-nanometer manufacturing with SoIC packaging, while Nvidia's upcoming Rubin platform will blend 2 GPUs built with N3P tech and an I/O die using N5B into one compact powerhouse. Let's be honest, despite landmark investments and political urgency, America's chip hopes are still playing catch-up. Costs remain high. AMD's CEO recently noted that chips made in Arizona can cost up to 20% more than those from Taiwan, and regulatory hurdles have yet to be ironed out. And the new fabs and packaging plants bridge this gap, or will the U.S. remain dependent on overseas suppliers for years to come? Is splitting production between TSMC, Samsung, and others really the smartest strategy? Here's the real question. How long will it take for American chip making to actually meet demand? And what needs to change for that to finally happen? Do you believe U.S. industry can truly catch up, or is this just wishful thinking? Share your thoughts below, especially if you think the current approach is missing something critical.